As we showed you earlier, Hillary Clinton tried to emphasize her New York ties yesterday with a subway ride, but she had trouble getting through a turnstile. She's not the only candidate who made a show out of reaching out to voters. Chip Reid shows us the bipartisan history of images that captured an unplanned portrait. Chip, good morning.
Well, good morning. You know, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but for politicians doing photo ops, a picture can be worth 1,000 unpleasant words. It usually happens when they try too hard to look like regular people. For Hillary Clinton, a trip on the New York subway got her a one-way ticket to the Bad Photo Op Hall of Fame. It should have been easy, but it took Hillary Clinton 5 tries before she finally cleared the subway turnstile.
Say hello to the next president.
Out of her element.
I love it because it's so convenient. It is just the best way to get around.
The Democratic frontrunner isn't the first politician to fail at the photo op. In 1992, Vice President Dan Quayle wanted to look smart and unsuccessfully tried his hand at spelling potato.
You write phonetically, but what else? There you go.
In 2000, Republican presidential candidate Gary Bauer flipped a pancake and himself. And who could forget this photo op of Richard Nixon?
Only Richard Nixon would walk on the beach with a full suit and black shoes on.
Russ Schrieffer has worked on half a dozen GOP presidential campaigns. What are the riskiest kinds of photo ops?
You know, I always think if you're dealing with children or animals, you don't know what's going to happen. You're going to try to kiss the baby. Is the baby going to cry? Is the dog going to have an unfortunate accident on the set?
But even with careful planning, accidents happen. In 1988, Democratic nominee Michael Dukakis's team put him in a tank to bolster his national security credentials. It tanked.
He looked like the character in the Peanuts cartoon, as we all know.
Peter Mirajanian worked on the Dukakis campaign. He says it's risky for a candidate to try to appear ordinary, like when the media mistakenly reported that President George H.W. Bush didn't know what a scanner was. Even though he didn't do anything wrong, it hurt him.
It hurt him, and Chip, made him look like he was not only not connecting, he was distracted. He was a distracted candidate.
So if you're not a regular guy, don't try to pretend you're a regular guy.
Yeah, and the challenge is that none of these folks really running for office are regular guys.
Mirajanian says photo ops involve a lot of planning, and the goal is to make the moment the picture of the day, but a photo op gone bad can stick around a lot longer than a day. Vanita?
Chip, thanks. It always seems like a good idea, I'm sure, in the planning stages of them.
I must say, though, sometimes getting through the New York subway turnstile is kind of a pain. You do have to swipe it multiple times. Bernie Sanders thought they still use tokens in New York.
There's not a picture of that one, though.
Yeah, and we've seen between John Kasich, Donald Trump eat pizza with a fork.
Yes.
There's lots of those moments. Yeah.
Donald Trump, he gave Donald Trump a hard time.
Yeah, for eating with a, yeah.
All right.
How do you eat your pizza, Charlie? Yes.
Like a real New Yorker.
Yeah,
they didn't
that's
see
right.
that on camera. One more time.
Yeah.
There you go. All right.